Hello, I hope you're doing really great with the astronomy lab. So I tried my best to keep it simple as possible while giving you the skill that you need to move on to your next level. So this week lab is activity 14, where we're going to learn about parallax of stars, how large the parallax shifts are, and then a different units that we are using to measure distances in astronomy. So that's the overall concept of this lab. So in this video, I will walk you through the concepts, as I mentioned, and also I will walk you through the lab manual showing you how to complete each piece. So what is a parallax? So parallax can be observed in day-to-day life, and also we can observe parallax using star systems. So when you're looking at the sky, you should be able to see the parallax if you're patient enough to observe the sky like throughout the year. Anyway, so the parallax means the effect whereby the position or direction of an object appears to differ when viewed from different positions. Maybe some of you understood it, but maybe not, right? So let's try a different way understanding it. So think about that you're observing an object that far away in front of your eye, and let's say you keep your thumb aligned like in this picture. So you're looking at the object from your left eye while keeping your right eye closed. Then you close your left eye and open your right eye. So this is the view from the right eye. So you will be seeing a shift in the background picture, right? So that is the parallax. Okay. Well, when you go to the stars, like into the heavens, then you are seeing the parallax of stars, right? So the stellar parallax, that means the star parallax, kind of objecting to the heliocentric model. So basically we keep the sun at the center, and then Earth is rotating or moving around the sun, right? So in this model, we can explain the stellar parallax. But if you go for the geocentric model, then it is impossible to explain the stellar parallax. But when you're looking, like if you think about this picture here, so let's say this is the Earth location in January, and you're looking at a star somewhere here, and later in the year, in July, you will be on the other side of the sun, right? And you're looking at the same star. So there's a angle shift here, right? So we call this as the parallax shift. So this big angle from January to July is the parallax shift. And if you calculate half of that, that's called the parallax angle. Okay, and here, you know, the distance from sun to the earth, we can imagine it's to be, assume it is to be 1 astronomical unit. It's a little different from the aphelion to perihelion, but let's forget about it. So within our uncertainties, we consider that the distance from the sun to the earth is 1 astronomical unit. Okay, so anyway, so due to this shift, due to this motion of earth around the sun, we can observe this stellar parallax. All right, so let me take you to the lab manual at the same time so you can compare like what to do, right? All right, so in the lab manual, you will see a couple of pictures here. That's the same stars, but the photos were taken at different time of the year, right? So this, let's say this picture was taken in January, then the second picture was taken 6 months later, and again 6 months later. Okay, so these are the pictures that are taken in different time of the year, and you will be seeing some differences here, right? So especially if you observe the star over here, this star, after 6 months, it has shifted a lot, right? All the other stars also shifted a little bit, but this is the one that shifted a lot, right? And again, after 6 months later, that star went back to the same position as in the picture 1. So when you're answering the questions 1 and 2, think about that. So what created that shift? Okay, and if you're still confused, you may wait until you're completing the next part of the experiment, the lab, and then you may come back and answer that question. All right, then in the next part, the how far is your finger? So in this section, of the lab manual, what we're going to do is, we rather than using the star system, we're going to use our hand and a ruler to measure the parallax shift or the parallax angle. Now here it says that the instructor will draw a number line on the blackboard, and with the numbered from 0.51 and 1.5 feet. You know that we are not in the class, so we cannot follow the same structure that mentioned on the lab manual. So instead, what you can do is, you can use the this picture on the PowerPoint slide. All right. So what you have to do is make it full screen. Make it full screen, and you know, like, it is not measured in feet, but it's okay. Units are not a big deal in this concept. So you may consider this as feet or centimeters, inches. It doesn't matter as long as you're consistent with that. And then, okay, so this is on your computer screen. So maybe you have to stand up from your seat and keep your computer screen arm distance away from you. It's okay if it is a little further away. So it need to be at least arm distance away from, you need to be arm distance away from the computer screen to perform this part of the experiment. Then what you're going to do is, you're going to hold your finger upright in front of your eye, about 8 inches away from your eye, right? So 8 inches away from your eye, and close one eye. So I would say you have to close, first close the left eye and align the thumb to one of the numbers, let's say 1 or 0. So you are aligning your thumb to the 0 indicator while keeping your left eye closed. Then close, open the left eye and close the right eye. Okay, so you will be seeing in a shift of the position, right? So that's how you're going to do this part of the experiment, and then you have to do some calculations. So theta mark for your outstretched finger. So basically that is the shift of your units over here. So let's say you saw the thumb align at number 1 indicate over here, and when you're opening your other eye, it shifted to, let's say, 2 or 3. Then your shift is, if it is shifted to 3, then the shift angle is 2 units. So you're using that one here, and then multiply it by 57.3 and divide it by distance from you to the blackboard in feet, right? So if you are using inches, you need to use inches here, or if you are using centimeters, you need to use centimeters. So that's why I said, like, it's you need to consistent with your numbers, I mean the units, right? So from that you can do the calculation, and then you need to calculate the R. So you can calculate it using this equation. So you are ready to use the parallax angle, and okay, let me zoom in so I can read it easily. All right, so now you're ready to use the parallax angle in degrees to compare the distance to your outstretched finger. So you have to look at the picture in the next page to understand it a little better. I think I have it drawn over here. All right, so let's look at this picture and understand the model. So as you see here, your left eye and the right eye is about 2.5 inches away from each other. And then a computer screen is somewhere here, and your finger, your either the pointer finger or the thumb will be at somewhere here, right? So basically that's represent the location of sun. Hold on, no, that's the location of the star, right? So this is the location of the star, and then these locations, your left eye and the right eye, represent the Earth location in 6-month period, right? So let's say this is January, then 6 months later. So what's comes 6 months later? It's June, right? Yes. So in June, July, Earth will be somewhere here, right? So that is the model over here. So even though you have the computer screen over here, and then you have your finger and your eyes, but it's very similar to the star and the Earth system in the sky, right? So this is your Earth in January, and this is Earth in June, and then that's the star that you're looking at. And this angle over here will be theta, that's the parallax angle, and the r, the distance from the Earth to the star, will be the distance from the Earth to the star, right? So that way you can measure the distance over here. Okay. All right, so let me take you back to the lab manual. Then so that's that picture. Then you're going to use the same model into the star system, and then you calculate the distance to a star here. Yes, so you may use the same equations that you used in the previous calculations. Okay. And then in the next part, the 3D Cosmos. So you're going to use this equation to do the calculations. All right, so let me take you the PowerPoint slides again, and I'll explain the theory there. All right, so the Earth motion around the sun causes the parallax of stars, as you know. So this parallax angle is defined to be half of the total annual shift in a star's position. So as you see in this animation, the D represents the distance between the sun and the star, and then blue color dots represent the Earth, and the parallax angle is represented by this yellow color highlighted angle. Okay, then the now we need to calculate the parallax angle or the distance. So you can simply do that using a simple equation like this one, D equal 1 over P. Okay, let's understand what is P and what is D. So D is the distance from the so if you hold a second, so let's understand the picture here. So that's the Earth in January, and that's the sun. So you know the distance from sun to the Earth is 1 astronomical unit. And this P represents the parallax angle. So if you draw a line from the star to the sun, that's going to be parallax angle. And in trigonometry, the tan angle is equal to the opposite over the adjacent, right? So the tan angle over here, tan value of the parallax angle is opposite, which is R. That's the distance from sun to the Earth, divided by the adjacent. Adjacent is the distance from sun to the star, right? So this D represents the distance from the star, from the sun to the star. Okay, so this D should go represent over here, D over there, right? So that D means the distance between a star to our sun, and P is the parallax angle. So once you know the parallax angle, you may calculate the distance to the particular star from the Earth. Then you can use other trigonometric angles to trigonometric functions to calculate the other distances if we need. All right, so in the 3D Cosmos part of the lab, you have to use this equation, which is D equal 1 over P, to calculate the distances because the parallax angles are given. And remember, on this one, we need to think about the units that we are using. So here, the distance from the sun to the Earth is 1 astronomical unit. And we are defining different units to measure the distance, which is called parsec. So parsec is defined to be the distance from our sun to a star that shows a parallax angle of 1 second of an arc. So if the parallax angle is 1 arc second, if this angle is 1 arc second, then the distance from that star to the sun will be 1 parsec. So roughly it is 206 astronomical unit. Okay, so that's the new unit to measure the distances. We are not going to use astronomical unit in this case because the distance to the stars are really large. Oh, I did pronounce this number incorrectly, right? I read the number incorrectly. It is not 206, it's 206,265 astronomical unit, right? So it's a big number. As you see here, if you measure in astronomical unit, you need to use a big numbers here. So it is hard. Instead of that, we are calling it as a 1 parsec. It's easy for our notations and easy to read, right? It's easily readable. So here 1 parsec is 3.3 light years. So you know, like light years is another unit to measure the distances in astronomy. So we use the definition of light that travels in a year long. So if you think about, you're switching off on a light today sometime at this point, then you wait until 1 year to see like how long it will travel, the distance it travel, and we call this as the light year, right? So the so basically light year is the distance that light travels in a year, right? So 1 parsec is 3.3 light years. Okay, so if you want to convert the parsecs into light years, you may do that as well. So the parallax angle is 1 arc second. The distance to the star is called a parsec. And then 1 parsec is 3.3 light years. So if you have 8 parsecs as the distance to a star from the sun, then you can calculate the light years by multiplying these two numbers. So 8 times 3.3 light years, right? So when you're doing this calculation for one last question in the lab manual, you will see you are getting a big number in light years. That means the light that we are seeing right now is that much years old. For example, if you see a calculated value for the distance to a star is 25 light years, that means you're seeing a old snapshot of that star right now, because you're seeing the light that emitted from that star 25 light years ago. All right. Okay, so thank you, and I think this will help you to answer the lab work on the lab manual, I mean the lab report.